Alright, let's do this.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SCTV show part number 4. And we are about to soon wrap this whole WAL segment up. But after a careful examination of the list, there are too much ladies in this list. So we have to split the entire segment in 2 parts. And in this video, we are gonna talk about the lightweights and the heavyweights in the same video. And in the next one, it's gonna be about the women's middleweight division, because there are a lot of names in the middleweight division. We think who should be in the WAL, in our opinion. So.
Yeah, exactly. And for those of you out there who doesn't know, Sweden actually is commonly known to have female dominance in the world of in the Sweden arm wrestling. So due to there is a lot of ladies to discuss, me and Rika doesn't have the time to go through everything today. So we're just going to summon it up in 2 different videos. So please be patient with us, and you will hear about our top female arm wrestling champions in the WAL.
And without further ado, let's get on with this list, because when we have presented the arm wrestlers that are gonna be that we want to see in the WAL, we are gonna give a shout out to 2 arm wrestlers. I'll give a shout out, and Tobias here will give a shout out. So, and the first name in the women's lightweight division, probably one of the most strongest lightweight girls that Sweden has ever had, at least how far as I see it. And she recently became the IFA world champion on both arms, and it was a complete dominance on her part. And her name is Alina Passion.
Yes, and she is actually one of my favorite arm wrestlers on the female side by far. This girl trains at the same club as you have Rika Bengtsson, you have Glenn Bengtsson, you have Niklas Nannestad, you have Marcus Lindberg, you have all of those amazing pullers. So you know that Alina Precious Passion is standing on a good ground for practice. And she also has a little bit of experience in the WAL, because she competed in the Swedish edition, I believe, in 2016 or 17.
Yeah, I think so. I think she did really well on the left arm, and on the right arm she became like maybe 3rd after Jana Blind and Maria Lindqvist. But she has a really good resume, because she was originally competing in maybe 55 kilo category. Then she dropped down to the -50, and she managed to get the win over Esra Kiras in Lithuania 2014. And Euroarm 2015, she missed the weight. Then she jumped up to the ladies -60 division, while only weighing like 50 or 51 kilograms, and she placed 4th in that class.
Yes, and on the Swedish side, with her competition in Sweden, almost every female arm wrestler that you can imagine, Alina has pulled, and most of them she has a win over. So she is very experienced, both nationally and on international levels. She competed at Euroarms in Azerbaijan a couple of years ago, did very well there. And when you see her style, you just know that she is international experienced, because she has a great pulling style. She is very smooth. Her wrist and hand are super strong. All of her pronation and supination movements it's just flowing. It's beautiful to see. And
everything is on point. So
exactly, everything is synchronized to perfection. It's a great pulling style that she has, and I believe that kind of pulling style is essential for being on top level, as in my opinion, she is.
A few years, she has a consistent rivalry with one of WAL's own main stars, namely Jonna Blind, because
Yes.
they were usually going back at each other. Usually Jonna gets the win, but sometimes Alina gets the win. But in IFA 2019, she completely destroyed the entire class.
Yes, and that is also one of the points that I believe that Alina would do great in the WAL. Not only because she has training partners who has been to the WAL finals, but she also has beaten one of the top Swedish girls that also has been competing in the WAL, namely Jonna Blind, who you mentioned before. So there is no doubt in my mind that Alina would do great if she were to come to one of the WAL tournaments.
Oh yeah, because in my honest opinion, I think she will mix on really well with the girls that already are there. Like, for example, Nancy Luck, Victoria Carlson, maybe. And what else? Maybe with the American girl, Valerie, I think her name is. And so, yeah, I think she will mix well with those girls that are there. So
one of the things, though, I've only seen Alina pull a couple of times, and all of those times she hasn't pulled that quick. She's not a really quick starter. So maybe that would be a disadvantage for her if she were to meet someone from the USA, maybe. The speed, but Alina is quite known to capture one of the speed demons that are out there. The Ukrainians, the Russians, the Kazakhstans. Alina can capture them all in the inside row, at the top row. So I think that she would still do great, but maybe the speed could be a disadvantage in the WAL setup. That is just a guess from my side of the screen.
Because from my observation as well, because she is pulling in a swan-like movement. She's dumping her wrist entirely, and this style is very effective against arm wrestlers that are going straight to the side. Because when they are going straight to the side, and when you are pulling back like this, you still get the rotational movement, while your wrist is completely dumped. Yeah. Before we recorded everything, me and Tobias told each other that we needed to keep it as short as possible and on the point, because from our previous episodes we noticed that it kind of dragged on a little bit. So.
Yeah, and I don't believe that most of our viewers would appreciate to watch an hour-long movie. So that is why we need to shorten things up. So we are just going to summon all of our names up. We're going to talk about where they come from, some of their wins, some of their techniques, what our opinions are about them in the WAL, maybe some cons or something like that, and then we're going to move on to the next. Because otherwise we're going to sit here all night if we're going to rally up all the female arm wrestlers who are out there and are a big asset to the Swedish community and a big future star for the WAL. So let's go on to name number 2. Who do we have there?
I can almost describe her as the female version of Niklas Nannestad, because she is quite tall for her weight class, and she is having one of the most unique pulling styles for a female arm wrestlers as far as I've seen, and her name is Maria Lindqvist.
Yes, and that was actually a great comparison that you did there, Maria and Niklas, because I agree, she would be the female version of Niklas Nannestad, and Niklas Nannestad would be the male version of Maria Lindqvist. Maria from Stockholm, she's also one of the greats. You've seen her for a long time, both internationally but mostly nationally. She has a ton of national titles. I actually don't know how many she has. but it's a lot. And she is very international, experienced with her contacts. She have had contact with no other than Travis Bajan, for example, in training seminars together and everything like that. Maria as well has also competed in the Swedish version of the WAL qualifiers a couple of years ago. I don't believe she's been to America for a tournament, but I know that she has been in America and done some pooling. So just by that kind of experience, she would definitely be suited to compete at the American level as well. And let's not forget either that she has also great coaching and great training partners in Stockholm where she trains. In the nearby future, she is going to be training partner with the world champion both at the WAL levels and also in the WAF, no other than Malin Kleinsmith. So she is definitely going to have great practice in the future, and she's super strong, and she also has a flawless and smooth technique.
From my understanding of her, she has probably one of the most strongest wrists in Sweden for her weight class. The only one that I have been seeing that could test her wrist was Jonna Blind, because Jonna Blind had some wins over her.
Yes, and Alina Passion, who we mentioned before, she also has a win over Maria a couple of years ago in Motala, I believe.
But the thing with Maria, she has wins on both Elina and Jonna.
Exactly, so there is not a domination on either side because they have wins and losses on all different levels. But I believe that Maria dominantly has one of the strongest back pressure in the Swedish female categories, especially in the lightweight division. You don't often see her loses either her angle or her hand. She is super tight in the arm and great form and everything.
Let's get on with name number 3. And to be honest, I am surprised that she is not a part of the WAL yet. And but she has not been active for a while. But every time she comes back, she just go bam, 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 bam. She just smacks through everybody that are there. And her name is Carolina Pettersson.
Yes, with the nickname The Flame. And for you out there who are experienced in the world of arm wrestling for the past 10 years or so, you probably know her from all of those Arm Wars series, where she had a great match about Sheshnana Babayeva in Germany a couple of years ago. A great match. And I believe that was one of her biggest matches in her career, maybe.
Yeah, she was very, very dominant.
She was greatly dominant, and she got very recognized quite rapidly by the World Arm Wrestling after that win.
To be honest, I have never seen Snezana Babayeva being completely out-dominated like that.
Me neither. But like Rika said, she has had a couple of years off from arm wrestling. She participated last year at the Swedish Nationals.
And she had one of the best matches from that tournament.
Yes, she's still proven to us that despite her absence for a couple of years, she still has what it takes to be at the world level. And I believe that she should have been invited to WAL years ago. But due to her absence, maybe she's not on top for that kind of tournament just yet. But she is definitely a part of that league, in my opinion. She deserves a place for the Hammer.
In Lithuania 2013, she became the European champion, beating Lucia Debnarova, who I believe was the current world champion at the time. She was completely dominant with her back pressure and just completely took Lucia's wrist away from her, so she could not get into her power that she usually gets. So that, in my opinion, was really impressive. Let's get on with the woman heavyweight division. There are only 2 names here so far, but in our opinion, we definitely think that they should be in this in the WAL roster. And one of them, in my opinion, one of the most charismatic arm wrestlers in Sweden, in my personal opinion. And her name is Kristina Jonsson.
Yes, sirree. One of the great top heavyweights, female champions in Sweden. And I tell you, this girl right here, she has one of the biggest hearts that you can ever find in a person. Every time you see her in a competition, she is just running to you. She's going to hug you. She's going to tell you how awesome you are. She's going to tell you, ask you how your day was, if you're fine, if you need anything. Everything like that. Kristina is up for the game. So every time you are in the same tournament as she is, you just feel the warmth, you just feel the joy, and it is a great to have her in the Swedish team. I hope that she listens to this and really takes that to heart, because all of her energy and all of her positivity definitely is a big joy for many arm wrestlers out there. And despite that she herself has some rough days, she still keeps up that great attitude. And I don't know how many national titles or world medals, European medals and Nordic medals that she possesses, but she definitely has that champion mentality. She doesn't ground if she doesn't win. She's just happy to be a part of the game.
I remember one time when she became 3rd place in European Championships in Lutraki, and I remember it clearly. She became 3rd place, and that I saw Kristina, if you are watching this, if I describe this wrong, please feel free to correct me, but she was so genuinely happy, because she could not honestly believe that she would get there to stand on the podium with the elites of the world. And it was just a lovely sight to just witness that.
Yes, and it doesn't matter if she is standing on the podium on the world levels, the national levels, or just in a district levels, if in a small competition somewhere in Sweden. She is always the happiest girl on the podium by far. There is no one else who has that kind of smile on her face when she receives a medal, and it's just beautiful to see. And another thing that is great is her approach to the table, because when she is off stage, she is this happy and genuine, loveful person. But as soon as her name is called to the table, it's just like she is possessed by something evil. You see, that smile turns upside down. She gets this great amount of adrenaline, and this almost scary force is entering inside her, and she is just rolling over everything. And she is super strong. I've seen tons of matches with her where it looks like she's just playing with her opponent. Kristina is super strong in both hand, back, and core, and everything is just a complete package.
And
so
with that,
for the WAL, I can say that this would be one of the top favorites in the WAL heavyweights, because it is so fun and so satisfying to see her at the table. So for the love of everything, Kristina must be in the WAL. I promise you, none of you will be disappointed in what you are about to see there. So yeah, she is by far my favorite for the WAL.
The next girl is one of Kristina's main rivals here in Sweden, at least on the right arm. On the left arm, usually Kristina was the more dominant one, but on the right arm they always have good battles, as far as I can remember it. And her name is Louisa Wahlström.
Yes, and she is also one of those favorite athletes in Sweden. She is wife to one of the greatest middleweight arm wrestlers in Sweden, pound for pound, in my opinion. Robin, former Lundgren, now Robin Wahlström. Son to the world champion Timmy Lundgren. And nephew to another great, Thomas Totte Lundgren. So Louisa is definitely in the right arm wrestling family. And like Kristina, Louisa is also one of those big lovable persons who you just want to hug and talk to, and yeah, she is a great person. And I stand by exactly like for Kristina. Louisa is also one of those who just has it naturally. She has a great top roll, she has a great hook, a great hand, but also she's also one of the top referees in Sweden. So you know that this girl knows arm wrestling inside and out. She's been judging for I don't know how many years. For as long as I can remember. I don't know, do you have anything to add to this description of both Kristina and Louisa?
Besides the fact that they always have battles, and usually Kristina is the one who is stronger on the left, and Louisa on the right. And Louisa managed to become the world champion at IFA just last year. And she just went bam, 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 bam. To be honest, I think she will do really well on the right arm. She is not only strong on the table, but she is very adaptive to the pulling style or type of rules that are in front of her. Once she knows exactly how the game is played, she will quickly adapt to it. This probably had to be the most quickest one that we have ever done. So to end this whole segment of the lightweights and the heavyweights, we are gonna give one extra name that we think are doing great, and not only in the what's it called, in the WEF, at IFA, in super matches, in competitions in general. Without me further rambling on, I'm gonna leave the first one to you, and then I'm gonna be introducing mine second. So
yes, all right. So we have added another name to the latest heavyweight, and when me and Krieg was doing this list, we found tons of names that we would love to see in the WOL, but like you know, we handpicked our personal favorites today, and for those that we have mentioned before in the heavyweights, Kristina and Louisa, there's also one I want to mention who has done great in her arm wrestling career, both nationally and internationally. She has tons of world medals, bronze and silver and anything like that, and lots of Swedish national titles, and also tons of medals from other competitions all around Sweden. And her name is Ulrika Scott Seibold from outside of Stockholm in a place called Ekerö. She is also one of those strengthened persons. She is super strong. She is very humble. She is dominant in her position at the table. Super strong wrists, super strong hands. You know the drill. So yeah, also one of those who is up and topping in the, who is up and fighting in the top international Swedish levels. So Ulrika is also one of those I would love to see in the WAL and see her against all of those great names up there.
Well, almost forgot about her because she has wins on both of these girls.
Exactly. She has met both Louisa and Christina in her career. She has wins over them, and she has done it with honors, of course. And she has proven herself tons and times. She is married to another Swedish arm wrestling future legend, in my opinion, Anders Svensson. So she is definitely in the right relationship to evolve as an arm wrestler as well. They are training like crazy, both strongman, CrossFit, gym, arm wrestling. So she has a great training, and it's a great club in Ekera.
That was a very good shout out that you made for Ulrika there, Tobias. And now I would like you to give a personal shout out on my part. And this girl is from the woman lightweight division. To be honest, this girl has made an incredible journey to become a strong, independent arm wrestler, but also as a person. She is quite young at the moment, but she has done incredible things, like becoming senior medalist in the senior woman minus 55 right after Alina Passion, and her name is Amanda Kristersson. And why I honestly believe that she will do great in the WAL, because she has the determination, she has the warrior spirit, refuses to give up, neither of how bad her position might be. She still continues to the win and just go in grinding depth wars almost every single time. I believe that she became the Nordic champion in the seniors categories while being just a teenager. She will do quite well in the WL if she gets the invite. But at the moment she is not there yet. But if she continues to do this upward journey that she is doing and just keeps on consisting with her training, in my honest belief, I do believe that she can potentially beat Elina in the near future. Maybe not now, because Elina is just too strong at the moment. But if Amanda keeps it up, I do believe that she can beat her someday. That is just my opinion.
Yeah, and that was a nice shout out. I just want to add that we must not forget that Amanda is still very young. She has all of her teens behind her and in front of her. She's only 18, I believe. So she has a long way to go before she is a complete grown-up person, if you know what I mean. So I mean, her time will definitely come. And she has tons of national titles behind her already. So just imagine where she will be when she's around 30, 35 years old. She will definitely be in the top level, no doubt about it.
Definitely. So this is my shout out to you, Amanda. And if you are watching this, you are an amazing arm wrestler. If you keep it up with the progress that you are doing, you can even stand on the top of the senior woman podium someday. If you keep it up, because you have the consistency to get there. I do believe that you can get there. I honestly believe that.
Yes, and if you believe that you can get there, please leave a like at this video, and we will know that you have watched this video and that you believe in yourself. That is the most important thing. And same goes to you out there who are watching this. If you love arm wrestling, if you love the work that me and Rika are doing at the moment, then you should also leave a like on this video. Subscribe, click that bell, everything like... yeah, everything. Just do everything.
Alright. I for some reason I could just lay back like this and you just doing the work for me.
I'm an entrepreneur, that's what I do.
All right.
All right, everyone. That was everything that we had to give you today at this Swedish smorgasbord of Swedish arm wrestlers. Next week we will go through the middleweight, and that list is quite long. That's why you need to wait for that one. But we will definitely summon up the middleweight as well. So, Rika, this was our not our last, but almost last episode of the WAL series.
Oh yeah.
Twice.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be a bit sad, but at the same time, it's like a chapter in that you can just turn the page over, and then you can write another one with these current videos that we are gonna make. I do believe that people are gonna relate to these current topics that we are gonna talk about in the near future, but we are not gonna spoil anything for you yet. So
No. The one who is waiting for something good will never be fat, as the old man said. But if you who are listening to this have any other names that you think that me and Krigge has forgot, please let us know in the comments. If you have any Swedish heavyweight or lightweight favorites, please let us know. Because I can promise you we haven't forgot them. It's just that me and Krigge has handpicked these for now. And the ones that you think that we have missed will probably have a shout out in the near future. But yeah, let us know if you think that we are doing a great job. Press the like once again. If you think that we are doing a terrible job and are complete idiots, click that thumbs up as well. And see if we can maybe get like 5,000 likes on this video. That would be great.
alright, so have a nice day and keeping awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
See you next time.
outgun you.
Bye-bye.